Lex sighed as he stared at his computer screen. The numbers didn't lie. His sales were down again this month. As a new salesperson at a big company, Lex felt the pressure mounting with each passing day. "I can't keep going like this," he muttered to himself, running his hands through his thinning hair. The constant stress was taking its toll. Lex couldn't remember the last time he had a good night's sleep. His stomach was always in knots, making it hard to eat. The weight was falling off him, but not in a healthy way. He felt like he had developed anxiety. To make matters worse, his job required him to entertain clients, which often meant late nights of drinking. Lex hated alcohol, but he felt he had no choice. "It's part of the job," his boss would say with a shrug. One particularly rough morning, Lex bumped into Tom, a veteran salesperson, in the break room. "Whoa, kid. You look like you've seen better days," Tom said, eyeing Lex with concern. Lex tried to smile, but it came out more like a grimace. "That obvious, huh?" Tom nodded, his eyes kind. "Why don't we grab lunch today? I think we need to talk." Later, at a quiet cafe near their office, Lex found himself pouring out all his troubles to Tom. The older man listened patiently, nodding in understanding. "I've been where you are, Lex," Tom said when Lex finally fell silent. "This job can eat you alive if you let it. But it doesn't have to be that way. Let me share some tips that helped me turn things around." Lex leaned forward, eager to hear more. Tom started with stress management techniques. "First things first, you need to take care of yourself. Start with your breathing. When you feel overwhelmed, try this: breathe in slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4, then exhale for 4. Do this for a few minutes whenever you feel stressed. It's simple, but it works wonders. Lex practiced the breathing technique right there in the cafe, feeling a bit of tension leave his shoulders. "Good," Tom nodded approvingly. "Now let's talk about exercise. I know you're busy, but even a 20-minute walk each day can make a big difference. It clears your head and helps you sleep better." "Sleep has been a real problem," Lex admitted. "I bet," Tom said. "Here's what you do: create a bedtime routine. An hour before bed, turn off all screens. Read a book, listen to calm music, or try some light stretching. Make your bedroom as dark and quiet as possible. And here's a trick I swear by: write down your worries before bed. It's like you're telling your brain, okay, we'll deal with this tomorrow." Lex was scribbling notes furiously. "This all sounds great, Tom. But what about the client dinners? The drinking?" Tom leaned in, lowering his voice. "Here's a secret. You don't have to drink alcohol. Order a soda water with lime. It looks like a gin and tonic, but it's not. Most clients won't even notice, and if they do, just say you're taking a break from drinking. It's more common than you think." Lex's eyes widened. He had never considered this option before. "Now let's talk about your sales techniques," Tom continued. "The key is to stop thinking about selling and start thinking about helping. Every client has a problem they need solved. Your job is to figure out what that problem is and show them how our product can solve it." "But how do I do that?" Lex asked. "By asking the right questions," Tom explained. "Instead of launching into a sales pitch, start by asking about their business. What are their biggest challenges? What keeps them up at night? Listen carefully to their answers. Then, and only then, start talking about how our product might help." Tom went on to share specific questions Lex could ask. "What's the biggest challenge your business is facing right now? If you could wave a magic wand and fix one thing in your company, what would it be? Where do you see your business in 5 years? And what obstacles might prevent you from getting there?" "The key is to listen more than you talk," Tom emphasized. "People love talking about themselves and their businesses. Give them that opportunity, and they'll tell you exactly what they need." Lex nodded, feeling a glimmer of hope for the first time in months. "One more thing," Tom added. "Start each day by setting 3 achievable goals. They don't have to be big. Maybe it's making 5 cold calls or following up with 2 potential clients. Write them down and check them off as you complete them. It gives you a sense of progress and accomplishment. Over the next few weeks, Lex put Tom's advice into practice. He started each morning with a short walk, practiced his breathing exercises throughout the day, and stuck to his new bedtime routine. To his surprise, he found himself sleeping better and feeling more energized. At client dinners, he sipped on soda water, finding it much easier to stay sharp and engaged in conversations. And when it came to sales, he focused on asking questions and really listening to the answers. Slowly but surely, things began to change. Lex's sales numbers started to improve. But more importantly, he felt better, physically and mentally. 1 month later, Lex and Tom met for lunch again. "You're looking much better," Tom observed with a smile. Lex grinned. "I'm feeling much better. Tom, I can't thank you enough for your advice. It's made such a difference." "I'm glad to hear it," Tom replied. "But remember, it's not about being perfect. There will still be tough days. The key is how you handle them." Lex nodded. "I know, but now I have strategies to cope, and I'm actually starting to enjoy this job." "That's great, Lex. Just remember to pay it forward. Someday, you'll be the veteran helping out a stressed newbie." As they finished their lunch, Lex felt a sense of gratitude wash over him. He still had a lot to learn, but for the first time since starting this job, he felt hopeful about the future. He wasn't just surviving anymore. He was starting to thrive. 单字 take its toll 造成损失或伤亡破坏 Idiom if something takes its toll, it causes suffering, deaths, or damage. Shrug 表示不知道或不感兴趣耸肩 Verb to raise your shoulders and then lower them in order to say you do not know or are not interested. Veteran 资深的经验丰富的 Adjective having been involved in a particular activity for a long time. Have seen better days. 现在比以前穷困或情况恶劣曾有过一段好日子 Idiom it means someone or something is currently in a worse condition than in the past. It implies that there was a time when things were happier, healthier, or more prosperous. Grimace 表示痛苦轻蔑厌恶等的怪相鬼脸脸部扭曲 Noun an expression of pain, strong dislike, etc. in which the face twists in an ugly way. Furiously 拼命地 Adverb with as much effort or strength as possible. Lime 莱姆柠檬酸橙 Noun a round fruit containing a lot of juice that is sour like a lemon but smaller and green, or the small tree on which this fruit grows. Gin and tonic 情通宁 Gin and tonic, gin tonic 或 G&T 是一种由琴酒和通宁水调制而成的高球鸡尾酒。Pay it forward 将善良传递下去 Idiom to do something kind or useful for someone because someone else has done something kind or useful for you.